Yo, this is Ari the Architect with More Than a Haircut podcast. Today's guest is he's from the motherland. Where? I have no.
Guinea, West Africa.
Hey man. I didn't tell you to start talking to Kimbe Matumbo. Alawatu Mo. No, I was just fucking with you. Nah, man. First and foremost, man, introduce yourself, bro.
My name is Amadou Sanouh. I'm 25 years old and I'm from Guinea, West Africa.
So you Guinea American.
Nah, I'm African. Guinea.
You Guinea, okay.
Yeah.
So where is
I'm from the motherland.
Where is that though?
It's on the West Coast. Like it's on the west side of Africa.
How you gonna say west? Y'all got a west coast? Like y'all be
Every continent has a coast.
Okay.
No, we don't throw up this, but we just I'm from the west side, from the east side, north, south, central Africa,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said you're from Guinea. So is it like what other countries are near Guinea?
You heard about Mali?
Mali, yeah.
Senegal,
Okay.
Liberia,
Yeah.
Ivory Coast,
Okay.
Just those countries. Burkina Faso.
Okay.
Yeah.
What like do y'all have a natural resource that the land has, or like?
Yeah, we got gold, we got diamond. We got a whole bunch of natural resources.
Okay.
A whole lot.
So getting into things. How many languages do you know? Meaning like speaking wise and like in general.
Oh, it's actually four. I speak French, English. I speak Sosu, which is like a native language from my country. Another native language is called Mandingo. That's my tribe.
The Mandingo tribe.
Yeah.
So when you say susu, is that like the thing that people doing now, like putting money?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah, it's like a whole different thing.
I got you.
Susu is actually like a language,
Yeah. So
and some other like put money together, people take turns to take it. They call it susu too.
That's what I'm saying. Is that they do that back home?
Yeah.
That's
a lot of people do that everywhere, bro.
But they came back. No, I'm just tripping. Man.
Funny, huh?
So no. So like. So So was it hard or was it easy learning the different languages or what?
Nah, actually the three languages are French, Mandingo, and Susu. I just grew up around it. Like French is like everything is taught in French. Our system, everything is just in French. So like the Susu and the Mandingo is like my mother tongue. So my mom, my dad, everybody speaks that. And the Susu,
French or French?
Nah, French is like the official language of the country.
What was your mother's tongue?
Mandingo.
Oh, okay.
So Mandingo, I just grew up, that's my mother tongue. Susu, like the capital is like mostly Susu, like from way back in the day. So like growing up there, you just, be around people that speak it. You got friends that speak it, friends that speak it. You have like basically like everybody just speaking it. So with that, I just, I just started learning it, and next thing you know, it was never like a process. Okay, you learn it from this time to this time. It was just, I don't know. I just grew up like learning it too.
Did you grow up small learning, or was it just something that happened as you progressed in age?
Nah, small. I could say small at the same time with age too, because it was like I wasn't always like on that side of the country, because I went to see my grandma for 3 years, so I was away for that like period of time. So when I came back, I already had, like when you have something in the back of your head, but you like kind of forget about it. Yeah. But as soon as you come back, you just be in the mood again. So, and I was like a child too, so we learn fast. Kids really learn fast, especially when it comes to languages. They tend to speak like the language of the people they around like a lot of times. And after school, I just be with my friends. Those guys mainly speak French and Susu. And I had a lot of friends that didn't speak my mother tongue, so like I had to like communicate with them in French, or like the capital language, which is actually Susu.
So can you with that, can you do a greeting in those different languages for the audience? You know what I'm saying? Where it's like,
Oh, Mandingo is okay. You can say Alnike Tamatili Ntole Amadou. That means like Anike is like hi everybody. Hi, my name is Amadou. That's like Ntole Amadou. Nyabola like Guinea, that means I'm from Guinea. And Susu is like okay. Unuwali is hi. Ngaline Amadou. My name is Amadou. Like in a Nantana, they're like I'm Guinean. So in French, it's like salut tout le monde, vous allez bien. Je m'appelle Amadou Sanouh. My name is Amadou Sanouh. Je suis Guinéen. I'm from Guinea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I remember one time, man, I was when I think it was like my second or third year in Atlanta, my homeboy was like, man, let's go to McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? I was like, cool. So it was a lady at the cash register.
Mm-hmm.
She was speaking in English, right?
Mm-hmm.
Taking the orders, but she was speaking in her native tongue on the phone though at the same time, and I was like, man, that shit was kind of crazy. It was wild because I hadn't seen anybody do it. To speak a language and to, to kind of vibe to us, like, man, you got to be cold to be able to use your brain like that at the same time, man. Like, do you find it hard communicating at times or what?
Nah, it's never hard for me because, okay, like when I left Guinea when I was like 18, so I went to Malaysia, right?
Okay.
So I was going to school there. So that's why like I started learning English, So from there I went to Thailand too. So I was really around people that spoke English, from the moment I graduated from high school. So with that being said, like just traveling really helped me, just speak it like, a lot better. So that's why sometimes over here, like when like, okay, certain Africans over here, they have like a heavy ass accent,
Mm-hmm.
So when they speak, some Americans be like, oh, like they make fun of them, but actually you don't know, the person might be speaking like 7 languages, that means he's a lot smarter than you, but just because of the English language, you're making fun of him, So just things like that happen a lot of times.
That's stupid, man. Like,
yeah.
To be able to look down on somebody like that and not understand that, man, they run in circles around you, really. And
exactly.
That's something that I pride myself on as far as being able to communicate with people from everywhere because, I plan on being able to travel all around the world and learn other languages because if I'm able to communicate with somebody in Africa or let's just say, for instance, somebody in London, if I can communicate with you, I have music or I have a service or a product. What if I can go to that country and tap into the market and be able to be, visible in those different countries, man? I really think that'll help my economics out and theirs as well. You know what I mean? Because I think it's all about being able to communicate. So, did it take you long to progress in the fact of learning English and not really knowing it? Like, I know you mentioned that you traveled to Malaysia, and where else was it?
Malaysia, Thailand, just like for learning purposes. But like,
Was that college or high school?
It was college.
Okay.
So when I got there, they have like a English program that you gotta go through, before you like start like college classes. So I did that for about like 4 months, But I'm actually like a fast learner, I learn languages really fast. So in the beginning, it was really hard for me because I remember one time they asked me to introduce myself. I couldn't even do it. I was embarrassed. So yeah, when I got to my room, I was like, man, I can't be doing this, man. Yeah. So I just started like, watching movies and, stuff like that with subtitles.
Okay.
So like from there, I was embarrassed. I think that's what really pushed me to learn better. Cause like when I couldn't introduce myself, I was like, man, I can't do this, man. So, and my brother actually helped me a lot too. And his wife, like she speaks like proper English, She was born in Africa too and raised there, but like she speaks proper English. So she's like tease me when I want to say something. She'd be like, "Nah, say it in English."
She was born.
That discussion. She was born and raised in Guinea.
Oh, okay.
My country.
Okay.
So when I be around her, like she actually when I want to say something, she was like, "No, you say it in English." So she used to challenge me. So like all the time I go back to my room. I be like, "Okay, when I come to you tomorrow, man, I'm gonna show you what I got."
I got you.
So that's how, it was like actually a challenge for me. And like, she gave me movies to watch with subtitles. And I really wanted to learn, because like when you want to learn something, you're going to learn it. Anything is possible,
Gotcha.
So that's what really pushed me to learn. It
Gotcha.
wasn't easy in the beginning, but like with time and friends, like getting to know people, hanging out with people, just to like the dynamic of, like being a little social.
Yeah.
So when I started doing that, and I realized, okay, this is really helping me. Like I'm supposed to just be to yourself and not, just be shy and embarrassed to speak. Like that happens to a lot of my friends,
Okay.
and they actually they don't want to open their mouth to speak because they feel like somebody's gonna make fun of them. But me, I didn't really give a fuck about that. I
Yeah.
used to go like meet people. I'm like, hey, my name is Amadou.
Yeah.
I'm going through this like English learning process. I want you to really help me. So, okay, take my number. You can call me anytime. So I would just keep calling them, hey, this is how I do again. So it was really like that. I
Where
started learning English in 2013.
it's good that you didn't, it's good that you weren't afraid, man. You know what I'm
Not
saying?
at all.
Cause it's I mean, like having that fear of speaking in front of people and not, not really being confident in self, man. I really feel like it can damage you if you don't look at it as a challenge. Like it seems as though you looked at it as a challenge.
Yeah,
It would take
that's
it,
what I did.
taking it on as a challenge, it worked in your favor. So
Hmm.
what college did you attend?
In Malaysia, I was going to IIUM. It's like a international Islamic, because I'm a Muslim,
Okay.
Islamic University. So from there, I went to Thailand. I wasn't really going to school to Thailand. I was there for treatment. And here, I went to Columbus State, and now I transferred to Georgia State.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So what are you taking up though? Well, what were you taking up then?
I'm a business major, business management.
Is it a challenge with with learning? I know like with what you already know, your what your country is about, right?
Uh-huh.
Now you learn a business from a whole nother country and applying what you learning. Like, do you feel as though it's gonna help long term and long run?
It's really gonna help because, okay, my country, like the way we do business over there is way different from America. Like okay, mostly in Africa we just do business with cash.
Mhm.
So like the banking system, like people don't really trust it.
Okay.
So when I got here at first, like when I was going to school, like I started learning about like different things. Like I was like, okay, this is kind of interesting because like where I'm from, if you implement those back there, with time, like with social media and like internet just growing, like with time it's gonna get there. So if you just get there first, you might be able to like capitalize on that.
Okay.
So the school system here and like the way they teach people, it's a lot better than Africa. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it's just like it's helpful. Like they got resources to help you. They just got like a whole bunch of like okay seminars you can attend. Like business people you can really follow. Just learn from it because like business is not only about school.
Yeah.
It's just about you, just things around you. Everything is the business in America. So if you really like curious about business, you'll learn this fast because everything is just business based in America. Like every company, like companies are doing business.
Yeah.
So everything, beauty supply things, like clothing lines, everything is a business.
Yeah.
So and people actually make profit, off of it. So you just gotta, just pay attention, just move slow because you can't just like jump into it. Too, you just gotta process it slow by slow. Like especially like coming from where I come from, when you come here first, you get a little lost because it's not the same system.
Yeah.
It's not the same kind of people you're dealing with.
Mhm.
It's like people sometimes I don't even know where you're from, or that don't understand what you've been through.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I don't judge them for not understanding, where I'm coming from, but I just tend to like, okay, I came to a whole different continent, so it's my job to make them respect where I'm from. It's my job to make them understand, what I stand for, like my morals and principle, like things that I tolerate and don't tolerate.
Yeah.
So I think with that, that really helped me, through the whole process of staying in America. Because certain things, if I don't like, even like in school, like certain people saying certain stuff, I would say, no, don't ever say that. Where I'm from, that's offensive.
Yeah.
And certain things too that tell me, okay, don't do this. And business wise too, like the things you can get away with in Africa, that might lay in jail in America for a long time.
Mm.
America don't give second chances. Africa, you can fuck up and they still let you slide. But America, you just
Yeah.
not paying your taxes.
Yeah.
So like, okay, when you're trading, you're making profit, but you think, okay, I'm getting all this money. Back then, we don't trade. Like back then, we don't pay taxes.
Yeah.
So when you come to America, you really gotta understand that this country is based on that. You gotta pay taxes. Like any income you make, you gotta pay your taxes. So with trading, because trading, like they'll let you do whatever you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
and then they come back later on. So now you in debt. So I had to learn that the hard way too. Because in Thailand, when you trade in Thailand, their tax was like it's so small,
On the small,
like
small.
you don't even, yeah, you don't care about it, and then when it comes, you're able to pay it. But America is like they tax you too much, so you really have to understand that, before you get into anything in America as an African.
Every goddamn thing.
Yeah, because Amazon, when I started working at Amazon, when they say, okay, this week you're gonna make $500, but when I looked at it, it was three something. I was like, but why? They said it's that tax. I said, nah. How you gonna say I'm getting paid 500 and then you give me 300 something dollars? And
Always,
then I understood you. Yeah, go ahead.
always around it. Once you understand, like once you learn, and
Mm,
once you manage to put in the time, like you said, you were learning about those different languages. It's no
mm-hmm.
different like how you learn business and other things. So
Yeah.
it's just a matter of time. But speaking of like business, and you talked about money, I guess I got like two questions. So
Uh-huh.
one in Malaysia and Thailand, like what was the name of the currency that they were dealing with in trade in commerce?
In Malaysia, it's called Malaysian ringgit.
Ringgit.
Yeah, ringgit.
Okay.
In Thailand, it's called Thai baht.
So like how would it equate to the money in how would
Mm,
the money
it's
in
been a long time since, because
uh,
when I was leaving, $100 was like 300 Malaysian ringgit, 300 and some change. In Thailand, $100 was 3,600 Thai baht.
okay. So
Oh yeah.
so you spoke on you spoke on business and economics in a way. Was do you think your country is ready for the cryptocurrency? Like the crypto.
No, we're not. Mm-mm. We're not ready yet. We're not ready for that yet. But with time, because even America is not fully ready for,
Yeah,
for,
yeah,
for
yeah. I
crypto.
know. But I'm saying like it's some countries where it's like all they use is crypto. Like I
Yeah, but there's like European countries and like
like
some
yeah,
Asian countries.
yeah. Like Australia, I know it was a country in Australia when I was studying
Hmm.
Dash Coin.
Hmm.
Everything was being traded by Dash Coin. You want some coffee, you pay with Dash Coin. You want some food, you pay with Dash Coin. It was like, damn, I'm ready to kind of like get into that knowledge and that information about that particular coin or whatever.
Yeah, Africa. We Most African don't trust banks. Back home we have a lot of people with like a lot of money, but just keep it in the house. Like they don't trust banks. So if you cannot trust a bank, you know, you can't trust like a quant. It's just they have that mentality. But I just think with time, we're just gonna we're gonna catch up. But
Will it will
it's
it
first the banking system,
will
and
it help
after that crypto.
will it help or will it hinder though?
It depends on when we ready for it. It's gonna help somehow, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
I got you. I got you.
I'm not really sure about that part. But the banking system really, okay, that's what we really got to do first.
Yeah.
Put your money in the bank. Even though the bank is making money off of your money anyway, but when you're ready to that banking system, it's like a lot safer, than paying somebody cash, no receipt and stuff like this. Because the banking system, like when you pay somebody, you have a proof, like you can always claim your money back.
Yeah.
But cash and stuff like that, sometimes cash is king, but when it's in the bank, when you have it at home, it's gonna go like this.
So
Or
so
you just
so is it a lot of trust amongst the people? Is that what it is when you say like y'all don't really trust the bank? Y'all have y'all
it's like any institution that's like white based,
uh
we after being colonized, so we don't really trust it.
okay.
So it's like, okay, now with time we really understand, okay, this is something actually good. Like not everything from a white man is bad. Some things are good, some things are bad. So now the banking system, people really, people doing it now. They, you know, getting used to it, and they actually believe it. A lot of people, believe in it now, especially for my generation,
Mhm.
because we are educated and stuff like that. So traveling and being on social media, it really helped like Africa like understand American better. Because when I got to America, like I was not amazed like my uncle did. My uncles when they got here, they were, oh my, it's beautiful, stuff like that. But I saw a lot of things from America before coming here. So
Okay.
when I came, it was like, oh, it's cool, but like I'm not really like, oh, amazed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is, oh my God, it's mind blowing. It wasn't anything like that. I just got here, I was like, oh, so it's true.
Yeah.
So it's real. I just saw my 2 eyes, like, okay, it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, did you play any sports? When you
I
were
played basketball back in college, like early college, like yeah.
yeah
My first year in college, I played because when I was in high school, that's when I started playing basketball. I used to play like I've been playing soccer my whole life up
soccer?
to yeah, soccer.
You didn't try to play professional?
Nah, that was never
Never
nah
go.
nah. Yeah. Mm-mm.
No, that's
I've
most.
always been like a business minded person.
That could have been. I mean, like that could have been real business though.
Yeah. Nah. Okay. It's like a lot of people don't make it from there.
Okay.
It's like 9 out of 10 like you're not gonna make it. Like so you don't have no support like or things of that nature and like you just have to be like real talented, for you to be drafted even to go to Europe.
Okay.
So my thing is, we're just playing. You know how people play basketball here. Some people don't want to make it like to. They don't make it to NBA. They just play for fun.
Yeah.
And like football, some people just play for fun. So that was my case too with soccer. But once I traveled and I went to Malaysia, I started playing basketball, and I was okay. I think I can do this. But at the same time, I was like, nah. Let me just focus on business.
Nah, that's. I think that's smart. Like my pops. My pops is big in business. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he just always taught me, my brother, my sister, like hustle, hustle.
Hmm.
You gotta know. You gotta be a trendsetter. You gotta know. You gotta know where you're going and what's going on. So
Hmm.
so do you pay attention to a lot of like politics or not necessarily just politics? Because we had you and I had a conversation, man, about it's like several things. You know what I mean? Several different layers of life. So it was one thing in particular. We cover this a lot, and one thing is Obama. Okay, Obama. I said people relative to me will say they are black or they African American or this, that, and the third, right? And then I'm
Hmm.
like, I beg to differ that notion. And a lot of people give me flack or feedback, and I'm like, I'm going on based on information that's been put in front of me and that I've always known. Whether it's my family's from Mississippi and it's a tribe, and the tribe may be considered Choctaw, Cherokee, Blackfoot, or whatnot, and these are my grandparents or my great grandparents, right?
Hmm.
So me speaking on that is me talking about, okay, Obama addressed the nation when he went to Kenya, right? Most people
Hmm.
say he the first African American president. This is what people will label him. Just like I said, you say you from Guinea, right? I
Hmm.
I said Amadou is from Guinea, so he's the first Guinea American president. So just fucking with you, really. But Obama said that he was the first Kenyan American president. How like how do you guys view politics from home? Being that you over here now, is it?
Okay. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm listening.
Politics home is like I've never liked politics like growing up because like okay our presidents and like we have a lot of like people in office they don't really look out for the people.
Yeah,
So it's like we never trust them because they're always up to something like they're always looking out for their families and stuff like that. So politics back home it's like so Africa is something like corrupted. The people in power they just abuse it. They just make themselves rich and their kids. They just look out for their own people, and like I suppose just look out for the whole nation. So that's why like most Africans don't really like politics. You know, we don't. Because the whole dynamic is just to bring people up. You know, you're
Yeah,
just getting rich, and the whole nation is like, how can you be the richest continent on earth and you still suffering if it's not corruption? You know,
it's
so
crazy.
that's all politics. So we don't like politics. That's why like even Africans here they don't get involved in politics because
Yeah,
we just think it's bullshit. You know, it's just
but,
it
but
never benefits people you're supposed to benefit.
but you're not the only one that I from my viewpoint. You're not the only person that I see that I'm not even gonna say people say it, but when I look at the Asians, I don't see them dealing in politics. You know what I see them dealing in? To me, they deal in finances, owning land, and protecting themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But people relative to me, it's like we're gonna march up and down the street, we're gonna get hit in the head, which I'm not knocking that shit, but I'm like, to me, it's a plea of insanity because you getting the same results over and over. Just like I told a chick recently that it's a big talk about civil rights, and I'm not knocking civil rights, so I don't want anybody to take this shit wrong. But I know people,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm not really concerned with that. But I said, let's just say it's an animal, right? Let's say it's
Mm-hmm.
a fox. If I do something to this fox, if I wear some fox fur, guess what they're gonna say? They're gonna call Peter. Peter, we have an animal rights violation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people relative to me, if something happened to those people, and I say, something happens to a man, like something happened to Greg Floyd or Arbery or Brenda Jefferson, and it's like other people, and it's like when I say that this is a human rights violation, people like, nah, it's a civil rights violation, and I'm like, but if an animal gets hurt, it's an animal rights violation. But if a person
Mm-hmm.
gets hurt, it's a civil rights violation. And I'm like, maybe I was brought on the wrong fucking planet, or maybe I'm seeing this thing wrong and explaining to me. But everything that I seen from a human rights violation is telling me that.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking in terms of um what's been going on recently with people looting, people burning up buildings and burning down things. Like you being from another country, you
Mm-hmm.
you being from Guinea. Like, how do you view this thing that's going on as far as the brother getting killed like he did? Like, how do because I know you can't speak for all Africans or all people in
Mm-hmm.
the country. Like, what's the
To,
conversation for you?
to me, it's just tragic. You know, it's something like that should never happen. You know, like I feel like black people in America, they just like second class citizens, like up to this day. You know,
Yeah,
but I feel like it's y'all job too, like somehow to just come together. You know, because the reason why y'all just going through the same thing y'all going through is because y'all divided, like way divided. You always hear black people, oh, that's why you can't ever deal with no nigga. You know.
yeah,
So when you come together, okay, look at this now. This is the power of actually coming together, you know?
mm-hmm.
But like the looting stuff, I'm not really okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, just the protest in general, I'm okay with it because enough is enough.
Yeah,
So if you guys come together and put y'all resources together, like open up banks, open up schools, open up like things that can actually bring progress in like African American community. I feel like that's the first step,
but it's
because you
but
can you can always ask somebody to give you something.
yeah,
Sometimes you gotta go and get it yourself.
you got to stand up and take it. Like,
Yeah, it's systematic, but there's a way around it because like Black America is like 10th richest nation on earth.
mhm.
So you guys have money. Like the whole world, like it's the 10th richest nation.
it's
So
a
if y'all come together,
it's a bunch
might be big.
it's a bunch of money, but it's like, so Black Wall Street. That's just one thing that happened, right?
Hmm.
Um, it got burned and destroyed by so-called white people. This is when so-called black people were economically strong, the community was strong,
Hmm.
everything was flowing. But it's just more or less like, let's say for instance, Marcus Garvey was around. He
Hmm.
had a height, and his thing bottomed out because he got people came in and disrupted what he was doing. The same thing happened with Noble Drew Ali. The same thing
Hmm.
happened with the Black Panther Party. The same thing happened with Martin Luther King. Same thing happened with Malcolm X. So it's like it's a constant attack of being oppressed. And it's just more or less like, look, a lot of the history that's been taught, I feel like it hasn't been taught in a manner in which people relative to me can respect. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Where it's like I honor the information that I get, but what I see is that like I was raised around a tribe. And what I mean by a tribe, I had my moms, my father, and all my cousins. Like
Mm-hmm.
no, I don't remember nobody just getting to a point where we would go without food. You know what I'm saying? Like that
Mm-hmm.
was kind of like the family structure, just on one side of my family. The other side, that was my dad's side. So on mom's side, it was a lot of us on that side too. But my grandmother and my grandfather's house was a central location where all of us would vibe. So it was like I don't I don't I don't remember us going without. But I also remember that, it's certain things that principles that I wish were passed down. They were in a sense, but not necessarily like, let's say for instance, when I talk to you, right? What's your tribe? What would you
Mandingo.
okay. So your tribe is Mandingo. And what is your religion?
I'm a Muslim.
You're Muslim.
Yeah.
So what does what does what does what does that family structure look like for you? Like
Oh,
what was your family structure like?
my family, my daddy got 15 kids, right? Three wives.
Yeah.
So we all grew up in the same house.
Okay.
Everybody, we all eating the same plate. Like
Yeah.
we have like a big plate. You put food, everybody just comes around it. Like women go over there, men are here.
Mm.
It was just like growing up. It's just big. Like family is so like it's big to the point where like you just you just get used to it. You just love it. Like you standing for something. Okay, this is my dad's legacy. I don't want to turn it.
Yeah.
This is what my dad stands for. Like I don't want to mess it up. And do anything. To just make us look bad.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you always, when you step outside, you're not stepping out for yourself. You're stepping out for the
I
whole family.
feel that. Yeah.
You represent the whole community. Even when we travel, like, okay, you African in America, but like you stand for something. You represent, like Africa as a whole, and
Mm-hmm.
like your country,
General.
just in particular, and then your family. So that's why, like most of us, like the way you guys see us like move or like certain things, we don't get involved,
Yeah.
and it's just like where we come from. We've been fed that like just from being a baby, okay, this is what you should do. This is not right. This is right, right, wrong, right, wrong, right, wrong. And
Mm-hmm.
you fuck up, they'll whoop your fucking ass.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
so
it's
like
just that.
so like and we discussed this matter too, where it's like you being a Muslim and it's a certain way of life that's here. And I'm not I'm not I don't knock people that are gay or homosexual or any of that. But
Hmm.
is that privy where you from? Like, is there something that you see?
Nah,
Not really.
I've only seen I think one guy that I heard was gay, but I didn't get no confirmation. But
Yeah,
me, I cannot comprehend it. My mind is not.
yeah,
I cannot understand the whole dynamic, right?
yeah.
Like if you gay, if that's who you want to be, cool with it. I don't hate you.
Yeah, it
Like
ain't.
I don't have a problem with you, but like I respect it.
Yeah,
But like I think it's gonna take me like a while to really kind of understand it. Cause like growing up, I never seen that. Like I was never around it. I never been around people that claim to be it or just proud to be it. So it's just sometimes I just respect them. Like how like I know guys we say hi hi, you just leave it at that. If you try to come at me, I'll tell you, listen, man.
that ain't what
I
you
love women. I'm not into all. I'm not into that. Just
women.
just back up.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
just stuff like that. Africans sometimes we cannot comprehend it. I feel like it's gonna take time for us to like comprehend it.
yeah.
But if somebody respects something, eventually he's gonna accept it.
I see a lot of countries that don't, and it's like this ain't no jab or no, you know what I'm saying? Nothing towards anybody. It's just more or less like when I hear of culture and then when I see a culture and I connect with people, it's just more or less like it's just not something that they do. It's not something that they get down with based on
Yeah,
whether it's religious practice, tribal practices, or whatnot. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So piggybacking off of the connection of when when the more that I study, the more that I see the term black, it's not delegating me as a person to a landmass. Meaning, like you said, you from Guinea.
Hmm.
You are how would you say that? Guinean? Would you say you're Guinean?
Yeah, I'm Guinean.
So like I can't say I'm attached to black land or I'm attached to Negro land or I'm attached to African American land. But if I ask
Right.
Chinese, you know what I'm saying? They can say they attached to China or Asian. But it's just more or less like that's been a plight for me. And I've come into information that's showing me that it's accurate for me to feel that way because the tribe that I say I'm from or the information that I'm gathering is showing that the people that I'm relative to have always been here. That's nothing new.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's just like me coming to your house saying that, hey man, this is my house now. What
Yeah.
the way that we are, we're gonna teach you how you supposed to be or whatnot. And it's more or less like I get flack from that, but I'm like, I understand why I'm getting flack because I understand from a different aspect and a different way of thinking. So it's just more or less like for me, it's been nothing but respect from me to you being able to like talk and get a viewpoint and a thought process that's more global. So this to me this interview is helping me out with it. You know what I'm saying? So something that I'm thinking about or that I've always thought about, I remember being in college and I talked to one of my homeboys and I was like, man, when you born it costs money, when you die it costs money. When you
Hmm.
born it costs money, when you die. And I'm like, how is it that here I'm in America, I pay to live and I pay to die. I pay to breathe, I pay for water, I pay for everything. Like, does that happen in your country?
Nah, like the whole death is like Africa. It's like sympathy with it, you know.
Uh-huh.
So when somebody dies, like people come together and actually, go dig up your grave and then just bury you. The whole family, the whole community brings money. People come and like greet your family. It's never like you don't die and then you gotta pay money to get buried. Like it's never like that. People themselves just take care of that. Like not even your family, like outsiders. People that know you, your friends, like your friends' family. Like it's like a whole community. Everybody just comes together.
Hmm.
Just honor you and just go bury you. You never have to pay. Some families like when somebody dies, like most of them, their family don't even pay nothing. Like you see like people like funding them, like different people, friends, like partners, everybody just brings money and then they bury you, you know. And when you giving birth, like it's not like you gotta pay $30,000 or $20,000, like you end up in debt,
Yeah.
while giving birth. Like it's never like that. You're born like free debt, you never people like when you're born to like people come greet your mom, your parents, give money, clothes. It's just a whole bunch of stuff. Like it's never like that. You when you die in Africa, it's never your family ain't gotta pay money to no authority to bury you. Like people do that themselves.
You mentioned that like if you had, just to say for instance you had enemies. I remember you mentioned
Hmm.
that if you had enemies, they would clear the air, clear the,
Yep.
talk to you,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
When you lose your parents, the people, your enemies might come at your house and just say, "Hey, I'm sorry for your loss. My condolences." It's just that you put everything aside, like when death comes.
yeah,
Because it's like something very bad. So when it happens, like I don't care how mad you are, I don't care like how much we beefing. Like you just put everything aside. You come to me, my house, or give me a call. Man, I'm sorry for your loss. This is what it is. Anytime you need me, I'm here, as a more support. So it's more so about support. You put everything aside. I don't care how mad y'all are. Just that.
nah,
Just put everything aside and just come together.
nah, that's respect, man. I
Because
mean,
we big on family, we big on respect. We just social, like, rules, like the law. Okay, sometimes the law is not right. Some laws ain't right, but like the social rules of life, okay, this is what you gotta do, when this happens, you just do that. Sometimes you gotta be human, before you follow any law. You know, just that. That's how we just go about things.
yeah.
Sympathy too, respect.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So what are your ultimate goals of you you being in America, going forward? Like what are your goals ultimately,
I,
overall?
I actually want to graduate and then I go back home. That's my goal. Like, I don't want to stay here for too long. Probably like for the next like 3 to 4, 5 years, and then I graduate and then I go back. Cause I'm big on business, and I feel like Africa is a virgin like continent. Like going back is the best way now. Like coming here, don't get me wrong, you learn a lot of stuff. So
Yeah.
when you go back with it, you're able to capitalize on that. Like you're like a 10 steps ahead of like other people.
Mm,
So it's just with that knowledge, like Africa and then like America and then, like Asia, like you put it together. It's only right for you to go back home like, and help your people and your family.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
I guess this is another question that's got me thinking. I think you mentioned this to me. Um, Laziness, man. Do you see a lot of that since you've been here, and just would you say it's just in Americans in general? Like they don't really take advantage of what they have in front of them? Would you say?
it's too much complaining. Like way too much complaining. I'm not talking about the system. Like the system, yeah, the system is fucked up. It's not set up for you to understand that. But like when you pick on a job, okay, this is my job. Do all the way or don't do it. Like you cannot just ask somebody to pay you $20 an hour and just be standing around walking around like that. Oh no,
Right.
don't be lazy. Like if you want to do something, do it all the way. And then that attending jobs, like every 2, 3 months, you got a new job. Oh, my manager don't like me. You're not working for your manager. You're working for your own pocket. Get
Yeah.
your money up, move on. Like, but a lot of them don't have plans too. So they just living paycheck to paycheck. Okay, I'm getting paid. I'm gonna go get me some sneakers. Or I'm gonna go get me this, get my hair done. It's just like that. It's repetitive.
Yeah.
It's constantly happening. So that cannot help somebody. Okay, you have a goal, right?
Mhm.
Like you have a goal right now. Like whatever company you work for right now, you don't even look at the company. You're looking at, okay, this is where I'm trying to head. So every money I'm making now, like anybody can talk to me. Sometimes you might talk to me, like some people talk to you like somehow, but you like, man, don't mind it because you have a goal
Yeah.
that you're trying to reach. So whatever distraction is like, around you, you try like to just brush it up. Okay, this stuff. Oh, somebody calling.
Young Amadou.
So whatever distraction you have around you, you try to brush it off and just put it aside.
Mhm.
So like things like that in America, like you, I keep telling you like you very different. Because I've come across a lot of people that just complain too much, or this or that. Africa, we don't have many opportunities. We only have a few.
Yeah.
So that's why when we come here, we see many, we just able to grab onto one and work on that. 3 years, 4, 5 years later, we rich. And
Mhm.
some be mad, oh, they just come to America, they make money, and they go back because we have something that we stand for. Like we come from somewhere that we trying to better.
Yeah.
That's why we make our money and then go back or send it back
Yeah.
because we trying to better where we coming from. And nothing wrong with that. You can't be mad at us for making money and sending it back home. That's where we come from. Like that's where we grew up. We got family there. We got everything there. So we relate to that place. We connected to it. So you
I mean,
cannot get mad at me for working and making my money and sending it back home.
I mean that's
And
how, no, that's how I mean, like, honestly, man, I know Memphis is I feel the same way about Memphis. Me being in Atlanta, it's like I'm not looking to take from Atlanta. You know what I mean? It's no way that I can take from Atlanta. What I feel like I'm doing, I'm learning a lot. I feel like I'm bringing something to the table that Atlanta hasn't seen. But it's just
mm-hmm.
more or less like you're saying. If I'm not giving back to my family, man, what the hell am I doing? I can go buy all the unnecessary things in life that I.
Uh-huh.
But I always think about what my mom said. I'm gonna buy you the things that you need, not necessarily just what you want, because
Yes, sir.
that shit gonna get played out at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it just stuff like that a lot of times. But sometimes I understand too, because like if you don't have somewhere like to connect to, it's hard for you to make progress, right?
hmm
But at the same time, this is a new era. Like, you know, we got the internet, there's no excuse for not learning things. Like, you can go YouTube and learn anything you want
Anything.
and know anything you want. You can go and learn about it, you know? And that all, like, I represent this hood and stuff like that. You don't own the hood. You don't even have, like, property on it. You just a tenant, you know?
Wasting.
So, yeah, you just gotta be able to, like, you know, just open your mind to things, you know, like you very curious because you ask me questions. Okay, this is what I think it is. You ask, how does it go? But some other people, they be like, oh, Africans, oh yeah, just aggressive, you know, or yeah, nah, not everybody's aggressive from Africa.
I mean, like, but I think it's just a mentality of, look, man, I got something to do. I'm looking to do. I'm looking to bring forth. I know I don't have all the time in the world to make this shit happen. But if I use my time wisely, I feel like what I've done so far is I feel like I've gone through college in the time that I've been here to experience where I'm going through, and I see a breakthrough coming like real soon.
Yeah, I keep telling you that, like, you're doing very good because you have a goal, you know.
Yeah.
And that's like, okay. I had like a conversation with somebody. It was a girl. She asked me. I heard like African men, they're all like aggressive and demanding. I was like, okay. I heard that all African Americans are criminals. She was like, no, but don't say that. I said, you saying the same thing right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's not a criminal. Every man from Africa, it's not aggressive or demanding. It just depends on who you're dealing with. If you're dealing with somebody that's from a broken family, that's the energy he's gonna give you. You know, so it's just like, you know, stuff like that.
Man, that's what's
I
up.
just, you know, try to understand. Sometimes there's certain things I cannot even comprehend, but I just try to respect it. You know, this is what you stand for. Just do you. You know.
Yeah.
And me, this is what I stand for too. You cannot knock it down. Like, that's what I represent my whole life. If it's wrong, I'm gonna get rid of it. You know, every culture has a bad side and a good side. You know,
I agree.
that's the whole thing about traveling, and that's how it helps you. When you go to Asia, like, they have like certain things there that you wouldn't want to do because you don't like it.
Yeah.
You know, but like, definitely you have a lot of things that you're gonna appreciate, like, you know, about Asia, that you're gonna like just add on to your whatever you got, you know. Just it just helps you become a better person, you know. You become more tolerant when you travel because, like, you tend to understand like a whole lot of cultures, you know. You just tolerant and you understand it. Oh, I understand why they're doing this because I've been there.
Yeah. Nah, I'm looking forward to that. But
Yeah.
you was messing with me too, Matumbo.
Yeah, you look like Nick Cannon right now. You wilding out, bro.
Hey man, my homegirl said that. She said, hey, you gonna give me 3 wishes?
I'll give you twins, huh? Nick Cannon.
Hell nah, fuck that shit.
Mariah Carey, huh?
Hell nah.
I give you a double.
Hell nah, you crazy so much. No, sir. Oh, man.
You and the ladies, I don't know, man. They be coming for you.
Oh, man. They coming from, I'm a do. Nah, but that's, you know, like, in a nutshell, man, that's, you know, them pretty much my questions, man. I just, I definitely appreciate what you bring to the table. You know what I mean? Like, you remind me of myself and what I feel like what I was seeking and searching for when I was younger. Just having direction, having ambition, and you got goals, and you gonna accomplish them, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like I'm here for any questions, but my question to you is like, how can I, again, whether it's my music, whether it's my art, whether it's my podcast, like, how can I get it to the people in your country or other people that you know in your network, in your circles? Like, what should be an approach for me?
Okay, you know, my country is like French based, right?
Okay.
So we listen to like American music and stuff like that, but it's not really something that we it's not really something that we just, you know, that we understand fully, you know, because even me, it took me a while to understand like English words and, you know, music and lyrics, you know.
Yeah.
So Ghana and Nigeria, I recommend you to go to those 2 places, you know, like for a start, you know. Okay. Just go for a trip, you know. Okay, you just come, because Ghana right now is giving, like, you know,
I got a
citizenship to like African Americans, you know.
Okay, I'm looking at the
And
map.
it's open, like it's an open market. It's just like you can just go over there.
Okay.
Stay there for like a week or two. Okay, trying to meet like a few people because they speak English. Nigeria is like English spoken country too. So those two countries in South Africa, but South Africa ain't really that big musically. But when it comes to music, I recommend you Ghana and Nigeria. Those two countries for you, your podcast, like whatever you got going on, it's gonna be a lot easier for you there because they speak your language.
Okay.
They understand you, like fully understand you. But Guinea, my country, is usually people from like people that are based in like France,
Okay.
music that are just French musics, and like our local musics too. That's what we really big on.
I might have you articulate something in French for me then. Like, I might get you to do an audio book in French then, since you say.
Yeah, I told you like anytime you want, just hit me up, bro.
I got you. I got you. I want to.
Nah, man, I really fuck with you, man. For real, you very understanding and
Yeah.
you
Cause it,
tolerant and you got information. Anybody that watches this video, this guy got a lot of information, man. Y'all better listen to him, man, before it's too late.
yeah, I appreciate that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? For real. That's
Y'all listen to Asar.
yeah.
Nick Cannon, my brother. My brother, tell them to listen to you.
Hey, you know I'm gonna have to use it as a clip. Hey, shout out to the niece. Shout out to the niece. That's what we shout out right now, man.
Yeah. Denise, man. That's my girl, man.
Hey,
Denise.
Hey, did you? I know you probably didn't see this, bro, but one of the they, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard Amazon and Cali got burnt to the ground.
I just saw it on Instagram. It's true.
Oh, it is true.
Yep. The
What?
whole thing just burned to the ground.
Wow.
But Jeff got money. Come on now.
Plenty of money, but that's insurance though. He got insurance coming off of that.
Hey,
He not losing. Whoever ordered something bought some.
he got rich during this pandemic too.
Man, what?
Yeah.
But for me. That's a hard pill to swallow. Like, but I think it's like, it's not a hard pill to swallow. Let me say, during the pandemic, I got into the garden. I got into the computer. I started doing my podcast with Zoom. Everything is just expanded for me. It's grown. You know what I mean? I'm glad. I'm thankful for the pandemic. Even though like my clientele has gone down in the barbershop, but like me doing this, oh, it's been dope. It's been hella dope. Yep.
See, like every tragedy has like a good and bad side. That's what we say in Africa. Not everything bad is bad.
Yeah.
You actually learn something from the bad and the good sometimes.
Yeah.
Amazon, the reason why he got rich because people were not going to stores anymore. Everyone was closed, so people just buying for Amazon. So
Man.
just got rich. That's it. There's no like magic around it. It just happened to be the only company that like provides everything online in America. Anything you want, you go to Amazon, you're gonna buy it. So people were locked down, and then people got that stimulus check. What you gonna do with it? If you're not smart, you're gonna spend it on something you always wanted to buy.
So how do you say this in French? How do you say got vision in French?
What?
Got vision.
Got the vision?
Yeah.
Il a la vision. Il a la vision.
In a la vision.
Il a. If it's a male, you say like somebody like it's a male. Il a la vision.
Okay.
Il a de la vision. If
So
it's a female, elle a de la vision.
That's what Jeff Bezos had. He had vision, meaning that like if he started this company in the 90s and he just started with books, like I got tons of books. I'm always reading a book. You know what I mean? He got books and he's selling books online, and now he's selling shoes and he's selling Pampers and he's selling beds. It's like
everything, bro. I told you about the FBA program too.
Yeah.
Amazon is like a whole sorting center now. You can just buy your goods, ship it to Amazon. They'll handle the packaging and just sell it for you. You just pay them like a certain amount of money every month. So it's like it's big.
They in the cloud. They in the cloud space too.
Yeah.
And from the technology, I'm like, man, people don't understand. And I feel like even though that place burned up in Cali, man, that stock gonna shoot up. Like,
That's nothing, man.
that's nothing. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, that's a rebuild.
It's a whole system around it. Like, you know, it's like a system. You know, one thing get fucked up, that's nothing, man. They can easily replace that. Amazon is into drones now. Amazon, I don't. Jeff, man, he had the vision. That's what you said. Like, just like you said.
And healthcare.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that.
What?
Yeah, I didn't know about that for real.
Watch. But yeah, man, I ain't gonna hold you, man. I definitely appreciate you. Where if anybody wants to reach you, man, how can they get at you? If that's
You can go on Instagram King _Sanouh SANOH King _Sanouh SANOH.
All right. Well, man,
Yeah,
look,
you can just hit me up over there, and
I add it in the, you know what I mean, in the profile and the information.
all right, bro. All right, Nick Cannon.
What'd you say?
I appreciate you.
Wow.
And you say hi to Mariah for me, all right?
And the twins. Hey, man.
And the twins, too, you know.
Yeah, you hell, man.
All right, bro. I really appreciate it, man. Thanks for the interview. And, you know,
Oh,
anytime, just hit me up, bro.
one
I'll
more.
be more than happy to help you.
Last thing, bro. Like, what, two things. What would you share to yourself as a youngster? You know what I mean? And what's
What
some,
you said again?
what would you
First
share?
question?
What would you share to yourself as a young Amadou?
Uh-huh.
And like, what's a quote that you live by?
The quote that I live by, you just live young or die fast. It's like, okay,
Live young, die
my
fast.
quote is, yeah, it's just, okay, when you're young, you can lose and regain, right?
Yeah.
Don't be scared, like, you know, to jump, like, risk and stuff. That's why when I got into the stock market, I was like, man, shit, I'm young, right? If I lose money now, I can come up with another money and just throw it in there again, you know, because I'm not afraid, you know. That's my thing.
Yeah.
I can just say, my code is, I'm not afraid to lose. If I lose, I'm young, I can always, you know, gain it back. But I don't want to wait until I get like a certain age. Because when you get to like 50, 55, you cannot afford to lose anymore, you know, because you don't have the energy.
Yeah.
Your brain, like, you know, your memory, everything is just going downhill. So my thing is now, if I lose, I've lost a lot of things. Like, I've lost money in the stock market. I've lost money doing business, but I'm still here. Like, I'm still alive. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't lose my mind. Why? Because I'm young.
Yeah.
You know, I can always get it back. So anybody that was just out there, you know, all I can tell them is just, when you're young, youth, like, itself is like wealth, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You have to capitalize on it. Like, don't be too, you know, get a job, save money, like open up like a 401k, and then just when you retire, get the money. Like, that's not a way to live, man. You gotta risk a lot of things if you want to make it big. If you want to be comfortable, I'm not knocking that down. You know, if you want to go to college, graduate, get a job, set up a 401k fund, and just graduate. Uh, I just don't believe in that. I
So,
just honestly don't.
so last thing, what would you tell your younger self?
My younger self, just keep going, man. Don't be scared. You know, don't be scared. Like, don't be afraid. Because, like, when I was coming up, a lot of times I was hesitating. Okay, should I do this? Should I not do it? But, like,
Yeah.
I realized that, you know, most thing I learned them through my mistakes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Most thing I learned in life, it was because I fucked up, and I was like, oh, next time I'm not going to do it again. What if I didn't do it? I wouldn't have learned anything.
Yeah.
So just that alone is just, I always keep reminding up to now, I keep telling myself that, you know, certain things when I'm afraid, and I ask myself, what if you don't do it? Like, you will never know the outcome of it. When you try, it don't work, at least you did, you know?
Yeah.
But if you don't try, you're not gonna know. Just jump. Don't be afraid to jump. You know, any ideas that you have, you know, have plans too. Don't be leaving, okay, in 3 months I'm gonna do this. Nah. Have, like, you know, 5-year goals and 10-year goals and stuff like that. Then you have something to work towards, you know?
Yeah.
But if you have like a 6-month goal, I'm gonna set up this money, buy me these shoes. I mean, I'm not saying they'll look good. Look good, man. We all like to look good, but, like, have, like, you know, bigger goals, you know? you can't be just living a certain way and want to have a certain amount of money in the future. You know, you just gotta risk, buy stocks. If you don't like stock, just do something, invest your money. You know, learn something, spend money like on your own. You getting loans and you know and going to college, but you cannot spend $1,000 on like a seminar or like a low course for you to learn.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Mm.
So just things like that.
Yo. Well,
That's
man.
what I live by, bro.
Yeah. I'm not gonna hold you any longer, man. I appreciate it, bro.
Man, I highly appreciate you too, man. I see you next week. All right.
All
All right, Nick.
right.